So now we're driving by this road. There's some good places here that I'd like to film as well. You know, we're going past the field that where I had a dream about just after I had moved to the other house. So it's this field that's coming up here to the right and to the left as well. But I'll tell you a little bit about some of the dreams I had there, and it's yeah, you know, and so some of the dreams I had here was that we were just driving by this field. I remember seeing some birds flying by. You know, it was just wide open space there, very peaceful. I saw some animals. We used to be able to go into this field over there. Yeah, so my brother would so we would get some kind of a starter kit, and so the starter kit would be like a rocket that you know, that you set off, and the rocket would go like hundreds of feet into the air before parachuting and landing back down. So that was a special project my brother did. And my brother and I went into that field over there. You can't go in there anymore now because it's off limits. But when we did go in there, we actually set off some rockets, and that was and that was another fun thing which we did. So part of the reason why I've had some dreams about these fields there just after I moved out is precisely because of these rockets, and probably what I incorporated into my dream was these rockets that were being launched, and maybe I interpreted them in my dream as birds and things like that flying overhead, and above these fields there, and all that kind of stuff. And so yeah, that was very that was like that was very nice, and that was a very nice time that we had there, very peaceful. So we're gonna turn left here.
Left here, okay.
Yeah, we're going past the no exit, and now we're heading to 80s Alley. Yep, it's where I'll
memory lane.
Yep. And we'll find a place to park, and then we'll be on foot from that point on.
Sure. So this is sort of the climax of the trip, I guess, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. This would be the big climax, yeah.
Okay.
You know, I was just counting by 91s just earlier, actually, over the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Yep, and I was counting by 91s, and I made it up to a multiple of 1,200.
Okay.
Which is 109,200.
You counted by 91 to what number?
109,200.
109,000. Holy cow! And then you got bored and stopped.
No, I'm planning to keep going from there.
Oh.
There are 10,989 multiples of 91 between 1 and a million.
Wow. Did you write this down, or you can just do all this in your head?
I can do I can do much of it in my head. Sometimes I do make errors, and I gotta step back. I do have some marker points that help me to remember.
So what would that be in the instance of 91?
27,027 is a multiple of 91, so it's like 65065, so it's like 50505. So we're gonna turn right here. Okay, yep, the 1980s. Oh yeah, all over again. And
so do you come out here quite a bit, Mike, or just not really?
Not really. When the opportunity comes. So we'd be turning left here normally. Yep, and then the house that says 12 there is where is the house I grew up in. So number 12 is right there. So that's where we would go in. We're not going to go into it, of course, but
well, why don't we?
So why don't we just drive around first, then we'll park the car, and then we'll walk back over this way. So just to give you a sneak peek of the house I grew up in, that's the house over there.
Sure.
Right there. So that's where I grew up.
I see what you're thinking now. So
yeah.
Should we park over by the park, or do you want to park a little further away?
I think probably the best place to park would be over by the lake there.
Oh, okay.
So you'd be so
we'll go left?
Yeah, we'll do that. So there's the post office there. Yep, this is yeah, that over there is the house where I used to do piano lessons. My brother and I. That was 1985. No exit. Oh, there's an exit. All right, we'll make one.
Right on the lake. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think we'll get out, we'll walk to the house where I grew up in, and then I'll show you down a path where I went down. This is only the second time. The last time I went down the path was 3 weeks ago, and the time before that was 28 years ago.